Today, I'm going to be spilling the beans on how to merit trade with Garwood here, the best of the business for all of the T4s and T5 players in the game. I'm going to spill my secrets, and I hope anyone who merit trades me in the future doesn't copy me, right? But we're going to go over, I'm going to explain why I do certain things in certain ways and how it gives me, honestly, a clear advantage when it comes to reports and how I get my merit trades or duels more in my favor. So, first things first, Madeline, Eliana, and Garwood, right? We've got all three heroes. You can use them in different configurations to obviously merit trade. One of them being obviously Garwood and Madeline, right? And then the other one being Eliana and Garwood, right? But every time you pair one of these, who is the primary hero? And if you said right now, Eliana or Madeline, I'm sorry to say, you should be losing your duels, right? Because Garwood is actually the best hero to put in the primary slot. And it's because of the way the skill layering works and allows you to actually tank a lot more damage if you do it this way compared to the other way, right? So what we're talking about is firstly his first skill, right? He gets to heal 1200 troops, which is really nice. And we get this damage taken reduction for 20% for 4 seconds. If you're awakened, this does increase for 6 seconds, which is kind of crazy and really, really powerful when it comes to your march. Why this is important is because if you're at 200,000 troops and you heal first at 201,000, right, and 200 troops, because that's how many troops we're going to be healing from this skill, what will happen is when Madeline, for example, comes as the deputy and she triggers her skill, what happens is she actually has a higher troop count starters, allowing her shield to be greater, which is really, really good, right? A better scaling shield is what you want. But on top of this, which is really important, this is a 4-second buff. And obviously between turns, you basically lose 1 second. So for 3 seconds, guys, while your shield factor of 1200 is up on the field, it technically also has Garwood's reduction on it because he's inherently allowing your legion to take less damage. And that is the secret on how you can win your trades. This works the exact same way with Eliana. So if you run Garwood and Eliana, I would put my Eliana behind me, allowing my Garwood to do the same thing. Because again, this 500 shield factor will get the benefit of it, which is really important, right? So the next thing about this, how do I go about my talent page and my actual march setup? Because you can kind of see here, I've got Striped Bear on and the Dragon Rift. Honestly, the Striped Bear is wrong. I just have to keep switching this around between marches. But the actual pet you do want on is either your Sand Lizard or, if you can get away with it, a really good Brood Bear. Sounds crazy, I know, but you're already healing quite enough. And you've got enough defensive stats, if you do it this way, that you should be able to have a more offensive style pet, which is going to make up on the damage side when you equip Dragon Rift. This thing, for me, is what actually allows me to win more times out of not my duels. And I've tried different things, guys, I'm going to be honest. I have tried even putting on my dragon scale armor. You can see this is a level 4 one. So I'm getting an insane amount of HP and 6% damage reduction on it. But it doesn't do nowhere near as good as a Dragon Rift. This just attack damage is just what is going to be the changing factor because you're healing so much anyway. To win a merit trade, if you want to try and win them and get more merits in your favor to get more out of the stores, this is the way I've been playing, and this is the way I've been rocking my setup here. Now, the final piece of the puzzle, the talent page. This is the one you probably guys have been waiting for. So this is my talent page, what I've been running at the moment. And it's really important because there's a few stuff in here that makes it basically make you super, super tankier. The very first one is Iron Will. This is what makes the march, for me, do even more wonders, because the fact that we get rage scale buffs, which is our reduced damage taken, which is obviously from our Garwood. If you're doing Garwood Madeline, Madeline gives you a physical attack keen buff, both of those buffs are now extended by an additional second. So you can now see we're getting 4 seconds on our shield as well. If our shield breaks, we might have an extra second of reducing all damage taken on our extra, naked legion, which is really good. And it's going to allow us to get to the next, cycle very, very fast. And the way I get to my cycle is using Encouraging Dance. Again, being hit with normal attacks is really, really good. It's going to allow me to generate rage. And with, I believe, the new changes they're doing to the talent system, these are now going to be stacking. Same with Head Held High, but we will have to double check and we're going to have to double test this, and that's kind of why I've got it on right now. Otherwise, what I would actually be doing is just going straight up to All Conquering. All Conquering is really good. You could go on the Healing Receiving bonus end too if you're really, really greedy. It's up to you, but I actually prefer going down the All Conquering route. Going 5 points here and finishing off with Unyielding Spirit on the tank side. But the infantry tree is where it's at. I'm going to be honest, you're going to get the most stats. This is my tree I run. This is kind of a PvP tree, but for merit trading, it's perfect for it too. The only thing I would change, again, if you really want just a merit trading page, is get rid of the infantry speed and put on egoism. Just take less damage. Because if you're going against Elianas, you're going against Madelines, reducing that little bit of shrapnel damage they give you is going to give you the edge too in the long run. So I would definitely put this on over your infantry speed. But the really powerful thing I really enjoy is Generalist. This is one of the most powerful talents in infantry. The fact that you're getting 5% stats on your attack, defense, and HP at any given point for 1 second, and it has no cooldown, it's crazy. It's crazy, guys. This is really, really crazy. It does give you a massive advantage when it starts proccing off a lot more often than you think when it comes to your merit reports, right? So that's it. That's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Merit trading. I've updated everyone for free-to-plays, spenders alike. If you want to merit trade and you want to win against the idiots that don't know how to merit trade, run Garwood Primary. You'll thank me later. Put Eliana behind him. Put Madeline behind him. It's up to you whichever one you are running, depending on your hero choice, right? But with that, smash a like, comment, and subscribe, guys. And until the next video, stay safe, stay sneaky. Peace out.